Mic check. Namaste. Hello. Okay, so today is Garuda Purana, chapter 8. I'll read you the Sanskrit first, as usual, and then read the translation. I don't have the digital. I have the digital text, but it's gonna take me a lot of work, and I'm trying to heal. The whole purpose of this is to heal. Like if I need money, for example, it's to heal. Anyway, Namaste. Atha Ashtamothyayaha Garuda Uvacha Arum Mushimikim Kriyam Saibam Pada Sukrutinam Mama Kaltabhyam Sa Yatha Putraisatata Cha Kathaya Prapo Shri Bhagavanuvāca Sātu Puruṣotam Tvaya Tākuṣa Manuṣanam Hitaya Vai Tāmikāyam Ca Yatakurutyam Tatasaivam Kathayami Te Sukruti Valthake Darshatava Shariram Vyati Samyutam Pratikulanangraham Shachaiva Prana Koshasya Cha Shrutim Tada Sabamaranam Jinyatava Nilpiyaha Syadatanandritaha Ajinyata Papanam Prayasachitatam Samacharat Yata Syadaturah Kalasatata Snanam Samarapet Pujanam Karayat Vishnuha Shalagrama Svarupinaha Alchayad Gananta Pushpaishaja Kumukumais Tulasi Dalaiha Tupaldi Paishaja Tupaldi Paishaja Naivedyail Naivedyail Bahupil Modakan Dipiha Naivedyail Bahupil Modakan Dipiha Naivedyail Tatva Cha Takushvinam Viprana Naivedya Deva Pojayat Ashita Kusharam Japanamanatra Devadasha Kushar Devadasha Kusharameva Cha Samsamaracha Churunuya Jaipa Vishnu Nama Shivasya Cha Hare Nama Hareta Papam Gurunam Shravanu Gocharam It's always something. Roginuan Tikama Sadia Shochaniyam Na Panantabaiha Samaranuyam Pavitram Me Namateyam Muhulmuha Matasyaha Gulmo Parahashacha Narasim Hashacha Pamanaha 라모 라마시자 그르셔너시자 부드타흐 가르기 다타이바자 에타니 다샤나마니 스말타비아니 사다부타이흐 사미페 로기누어 부루 얄바는 타바스테 브라킬티타흐 그르슈누아티 망은갈람 나마 야시야 바치 브라발타테 다시야 파스미 파바는 티아슈 마하바타카 코트 마하바타카 코트야하 마하바타카 코트야흐 무리야마누어 하렐나마 그르너는 보트로 빠짜리타무 아자밀로피아가 드타마 김포나흐 시라드타야 그르너는 하릴하라티 빠빠니 두실떠치트타이라피 스무르타흐 아니츠 차야피 삼스퍼러슈두어 다티에바 히야 빠빠바카흐 하렐남은 나시자 야 샤크티흐 빠빠닐 하레누에 드비자 따바트 깔툼 사마리오 나 바타키 자나흐 킹가레피오 야마흐 브라하나야트밤 나세티감 자나무 나이바나야타 보두타 하리나 마스마람 나라무 아치우탐 케샤밤 라마나라야놈 그르슈노다 모다람 바수데밤 하리무 시리타람 마타밤 고피카 바를라밤 자나키나야감 라마자난드람 파제트 까말라나야나 바수데바 비슈노 타라누이 타라 지우타 샴카 차크라파노에 Need to look this up. Printing is terrible. Verse 18. How about, yeah, okay. It's best to check. 파바 샤라너미티라 야는티 예 바이 디아자 파트 두라타레노 다나파파네 다나나야트바마 다나나야트바 마사토 비무카는 묶는 다빠다라 비는다 마카라는다 라사다 자스라마 비묵하는 꿈은 다빠다라 비는다 마카라는다 라사다 자스라마 비묵하는 묶는 다빠다라 비는다 마카라는다 라사다 자스라마 묶는 다빠다라 비는다 마카라는다 라사다 자스라무 비무카는 목구는다 바다 라비는다 마카라는다 라사다 자스라무 비무카는 목구는다 바다 라비는다 마카라는다 라사 마카라는다 라사 비무카는 목구는다 바다 라비는다 마카라는다 라사다 자스라무 almost 비무카는 목구는다 바다 라비는다 마카라는다 비무카는 목구는다 바다 라비는다 마카라는다 라사다 자스라무 Help me. 비무카는 목구는다 바다 라비는다 마카라는다 라사다 자스라무 Thank you. 니시킨짜나흐 마함사 꿀라이 라사지냐일 주슈뚜어 드그루해 니라야 발트마니 마드타트르셔노는 지후바나 바그티 바가바드구노 나마테얌 바가바드구노 나마테얌 제타시짜 스마라티 다츠짜라너라 비는 다무 그러셔노야 노 나마티 야츠치레 에카다피 다나나 야트바 마사토 끌었다 비슈노 끌었디야나 다나나 야트바 마사토 끌었디 다나나 야트바 마사토 끌었디 다나나 야트바 마사토 끌었디 비슈노 끌었디야트 다나나 야트바 마사토 끌었다 비슈노 끌었디야나 다나나 야트바 마사토 끌었다 비슈노 끌었디야나 다스마트 삼킬 따남 비슈노 자가는 망은가 비슈노 자가는 망은갈라 맘하삼 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 원몰 비슈노 자가는 망은갈라 맘하삼 마하타마피 바쿠쇼이는드라 베드티아이까는 티카니시크르티메 프라야시치드타니 질너니 나라야나 파랑은 목하마 나 니시푸나는 티 둘부드팀 수라꾸문 파미바 바가흐 그르시노 나만 나라감 파시아는 티 가타카를 비슈흐 야맘짜 다드 파텀 시짜 스바프나피 나 가다잖아 맘사스티라크타 바트카에 바이따라 누염 바때는 나 사흐 요는 때 나디아드 비자 피아시자 나는다 나가미티 Ataha Samarana Maha Vishnurna Samarana Maha Vishnurnama Pavakana Shanama Gita Sahasranama Gita Sahasranamani Patvedva Shrunuya Dapi. Sorry. I want to check how many verses I really. A lot of things are going to change after I read this. So from now on, let's just say 1 hour from now on, everything changes. Or starts changing at least. Like 120 verses or something. Got a long way to go. Ekadashi vratam gita gangamambu tulasida lama Vishnuha padamambu namani maranue mukutitani ja. I want to double check actually. 26. I just had like 3 different versions because the printing is terrible. It's the 3rd version, I think. Let me just check who's like wants to mess with me right now. 27. Remember that, folks, and let me know. Sorry, I was being distracted by the serious criminal who was 80 years old who lives right there, right next to me. And he messes with me every time I do stuff like this. And I can't say it. It takes me, after he does that, it takes me, I will say, at least 10 times harder than, what it would normally take me after he messes with me. Anyway, okay, thanks for listening. 27. Tatahu samkalpa yedanan nam sakritam saha kanjanam savatasa tenabo teyahu shrotriyaya divijataye Anante jano yadudadati savaripam ma yadi pa pahu tadakushoyam pavetita kushoyo yatuputurashijanu mudate anantakale tu satuputurahu salvadanani tapayet Adadaltam Suto Loke Braltu Tate Taimakovi Daihe. He messed with me again. Give me 1 sec, I'm gonna run out of this. So it's verse 30 now. Somebody's gonna end up in hell. In King Usha's name, he will end up in hell very, very soon. So I'm gonna take a little break, Berto subtle, about 2 minutes. Okay, I'm done taking a break. So let's continue. Verse 30, I said. 120 verses. 부미실텀 비따람 들으셨더바 알토는 미리따 로짜나무 알토는 미리따 로짜나무 보트라이스 들으셔노 나 깔다비야 따뜻하네 볼바 삼칠때 사 따드다다띠 사트포트로 야바주지바티야 사우치라무 아티바 하스투 다는 말게 두학함 나 라파테 야타흐 아뚜레 쪼파라게 자 드바얌 다남 비시슈어테 아토바시암 브라다타비암 마실토다남 딜라디까무 딜라 노함 히라누염 자 깔파소 라바남 따타 사부다타니암 구쇼이딜가보 예까이감 바바남 스모르타무. Give me some minute here. I'm gonna go notify people. $34. $34. 에따다슈트 마하다남 마하바타카나샤남 아는 따까레 브라다타비암 슈르누 타시야자 사트팔라무 마마 스베다 사무드 푸다흐 Pavitra Satri Pita Satilah Pavitra Satri Pita Satilah Asura Ta Ta Nava Daiva Daitya Satra Daitya Satra Piananti Tiladanatah Tilah Shibata Satata Krishna Tanena Kapila Satilah Samharanan Ti Trita Pam Manah Kaya Samchitama Nuhadanam Cha Tatavyam Pumiyukutena Panuina Yamasimam Na Chapanoti Na Gachatatasya Baltamani Kutaro Musalo Nanundoho Kadgashaja Turika Tata Shasatra Nui Yamahasate Ja Nigrahe Papa Kalmanam Yama Yutanam Sanantushata Yai Dana Metaduna Hurtama Dana Metaduda Hurtama Tasmad Dadiar Lohata Tasmad Dahial Tasmad Dadiar Tasmad Dadiar Lohamtan Tasmad Dadiar Lohanta Tasmad Dadiar Lohatanam Tasmad Dadiar Loha Tasmad Dadiar Loha Tasmad Dadiar Loha Tasmad Dadiar Lohatanam 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 Yamaloke Sukha Bahama Urabah Uranoh Shyama Sutrashaja Shunanda Maiko Piudumanbarah Shunanda Maiko Piudumanbarah Shunanda Maiko Piudumanbarah Sheshamambalo Mahaduta Lohadanat Sukhapradah Shurano Takushoya Param Kuruhyam Dananam Danamudtamam Tatatena Dusyananti Pulpuvah Savagaba Pulpuvah Savagaba Sinah Pulpuvah Savagaba Sinah Brahmadiya Roshoyo Deva Taimaraja Sapa Sadah Subainadanena Santushata Pavananti Parada Yakah Tasmad Deyam Subainadanam Bratod Tarano Hetabe Na Yati Yamalokam Sa Sabagatim Ta Gachachati Jiram Pasat Satya Loke Tato Raja Pavediha Rupavan Taimiko Pagami Shrimanatula Vikramah Kaipa Sasyatu Danena Dutepyo Na Payam Pavet Labanam 디야테 야제짱 테나 나이바 파얌 야마트 아요라바느 가이파 사틸라가는 자나 다나타흐 아요라바느 가이파 사틸라간 자나 다나타흐 One more. 아요라바느 가이파 사틸라간 자나 다나타흐 One more. Need water. 아요라바느 가이파 사틸라간 자나 다나타흐 제트라쿠부타 다야스 뚜르뜨 제트라쿠부타 다야스 tushita Chitrakubuta dayasu tushita Yamasya Puraba sinahu Abudatanya Pradanena Burito Taimatvajo Pavet Tushita Pavananti Yaniapi Turishu Devare Shiva Tishu Tuitah Devare Shiva Tishu Tuitah Bihayo Yamagotuma Muduga Mashuh Puriyangabahu Janagahu Sabutama Jinyayahu Sabudatanya Mudahurtamu Gojalmama Tram Pasuta Tatata Patre Pitanatahu Punani Brahma Hatyaya Turashatamattanam Muni Shivarai Turashatamattanam Muni Shivarai. I need to look this up. If you could tell, I got distracted by the woman of the criminal, 80-year-old criminal, just putting it out there. So if you could tell something's going on with me, that's what's going on with me. Yep, cool. Na pratepyo na diltepyo na nyadana vinashyati Rajye kurutam mahapapam Bhumidana dviliyate Purthivim Sasya samumpurnam Yo dadati dvijataye Sa prayati nandra phuvane Pujyamanahu suraihu Atyarpaphala Atyarpaladani Siaranyadanani Kashyapa Purthividanajam Punuyamahanyahani Maldu tatte Yo Pudva Bhumipo Bhumim na Dadati Dvijataye Sa na Punoti Kutuim Grame Taridrahu Syad Samudutare Adanad Bhumidanasya Bhupatitva Pimanatahu Bhupatitva Pimanatahu 니바세는 나라께 야바제 체슈오 다라야테 다라암 다스마드 투미시바로 부미다나메바 브라다바야트 아니에슈옴 부미다날탐 고다남 까티탐 마야 아또는 딸테누다 답 아또는 딸테누다 답이야 루드라테눔 브라다 바야트 머너테눔 따뜨뜨바 모코셔테눔 브라다 바야트 다디아드 바이타라누임 테눔 비셰셔비티나 카가 따라야는디 나람 가바스트리비타 쯔짜이바 바다가즈 바라트베 야쯔짜 가우마레 야트빠빰 야바네 꾸르타무 바야흐 바리노텔 야쯔짜 자드마는 딸의 시바피 야는 이샤얌 따타 브라타리아는 마티아는 나파라 흐노요흐 브라타리아는 마티아는 흐나파라 흐노요흐 브라타리아는 마티아 흐나파라 흐노요흐 원몰 브라타리아는 마티아 흐나파라 흐노요흐 삼티아 요리아트 그르담 빠빰 까야나 마나사 기라 따뜨뜨바 테눔 사크르드바 비 카필람 구슈이라 사미우담 소파스카람 사바트삼 짜 따뽀브르타 사마는 비테 따뽀브르트타 사마는 비테 브라흐마누에 베다비두 슈에 살바빠빠이흐 브라무치아테 우드타레 다는 따 우레드타레 다는 따 우드타레 다는 따까람 사 다따람 빠빠삼자야트 에까 까우흐 스바스타치트타시아 히아두라시아 짜 고샤타무 사스람 무리야마너시아 따뜻함 찌뜨따비 발지땀 찌뜨따비 발지땀 무르타시아 이따트 보날 라쿠샴 무르타시아 이따트 보날 라쿠샴 비티푸담 63 비티푸담 따뜨사마무 딜타바 드라사모페나 딜타바 드라사포 사모페담 딜타바드라 사모빼땀 다남의 깜짝 라쿠셔타 바드레 따뜻함자 야드단 야드단함 따르라쿠셔구누에 따르라쿠셔구누에팀 따르라쿠셔구누이땀 파베트 다두흐 팔라만하는 땀 시아는나 바드라시아 브라티그라하흐 시아티아 야호 스바티아 야호 스바티아 야호마 사미우크타흐 스바티아 야호마 사미우크타흐 어머 스바티아 야호마 사미우크타흐 스바티아 야호마 사미우크타흐 바라빠까 비발지타흐 바라빠까 비발지타흐 라드나 볼너마피 마힘 브라티그로히아 나 니피아테 비쇼시다 바하오 마는드라 바흐니 김 도셔파기나오 아빠들의 사자 가을 따뜻한 다람 나라감 나야트 고라이까 샤타 삼유그담 그르히 따람 두 바다야트 나 바들의 비두쇼 대야 히아트마나흐 시레야 에즈차타 에까 히에카시아 다타비아 바후남 나 가다자나 사 비크리다 비파크다 바 다하디아 사브타맘 골라무 아티타 야 마야 볼밤 타바 바이타라노이 나디 다시야 히우드 타라노 히우드 타라노 바얌 고다남 가타야미테 으르쇼놈 바탈람 바피 테눔 고리아 달라크르탐 스바너스릉은김 라우비아 쿠람 감시아파 드로파도 히님 감시아파 드로파도 히님 감시아파 드로파호디님 파도히님 감시아파 드로파도히님 오몰 감시아파 드로파도히님 오몰 감시아파 드로파도히님 감시아파 드로파도히님 그러시나 바스트라 구너쯔 차는 남 그러시나 바스트라 구너쯔 차는 남 그러시나 바스트라 구너쯔 차는 남 가는 터 카든 one more actually 그러시나 바스트라 유가쯔 차는 남 그러시나 바스트라 유가쯔 차는 남 가는 터 가는 터 사마는 비담 가는 터 가는 터 가는 터 사마는 비담 갈바 소파리 삼스타비아 다무라 바드람 사짜일라까무 야맘 하이맘 시아세트 따트람 니아세트 따트람 노하다는더 사마는 비땀 노하다는더 사마는 비땀 감시아바드레 그르담 그르트바 살밤 다시오파리 Siasnyasat Navavim Mukushu Shumayim Navamikushu Mayim Navamikushu Mayim Kurtava Patata Sutrano Patata Sutrano Patata Sutrano Vashitayat Kaitam Vitaya Sajalam Kurtava Tasmina Gushwi Pat Talima Tasmina Gushwi Pat Talima Tasmina Gushwi Pat Talima Tasmina Gushwi Pat Talima. One more. Tasmina Gushwi Pat Talima. Let's see if somebody's understanding. 64. No, I'm gonna take a little break. Criminals are trying to mess with me. I'm not gonna let them get to me. That's all there is to it. Okay. Sorry about the delay.
다시오파리 스티담 그르트바 수리아데하 사무듯 수리아데 바바무 수리아데하 사무드 바바무 테눔 삼가를바 야트따트라 삼가를바 야트따트라 야타샤트라 스트라 비타나타흐 야타샤 스트라 비타나타흐 살람까라누이 바스트라누이 브라흐마노야 브라카르바야트 부잠 고리아드 비타네나 가는 타 보셔빠 그쇼따 디피흐 가는 타 보셔빠 그쇼따 디피흐 가는 타 보셔빠 그쇼이따 디피흐 쇼따 디피흐 가는 타 보셔빠 그쇼따 디피흐 부치참 삼그르히야 테노스투 나바마시리티야 바다타흐 보라스크르티야 타토 비프라미맘 마느트라무디라야트 파바사가라마그나남 조카타 볼미후 두허 키타 키남 조카사 타 볼미 두허 키남 조카타 볼미 두허 키남 조카타 볼 나미 두허 키남 쇼카타 볼미두 허키나마 오몰 쇼카타
It's only something.
쇼카타 볼미두 허키타 남 쇼카타 볼미두 허키나마 오몰 쇼카타 볼 쇼카타 볼미두 허키나마 드라타 뜨밤히 자가는 나타흐 샤라노 가타바트 살라흐 비슈누루파 드비자시레 슈트 마무드 타라 마히수라 아다쿠쇼이노 마야 따드다 두피암 바이타라누임 나마흐 야마마게 마하코레 땀 나딤 샤타요자나무 달투카모 다다비에나 땀 다다비에타 미에땀 땀 다다미에땀 두피암 바이타라누임 나마흐 테누케 맘 발티 쿠샤스바 야마드바 라마하바테 우드타라놀 탐 베데시 바이타라누이아이 나무스투테 가보메 아그라타흐 사는투 가보메 사는투 부르시타타흐 가보메 호르다에 사는투 가밤 마티에 바사미야하무 야 라쿠쇼미흐 살바푸다남 야자 데베 브라티시 pratishu tuita tenuru beno sa devi mama pa pam.
And I'm just gonna start the beginning of the page again.
가봄에 아그라타흐 사는투 가봄에 사는투 부르셔탔다흐 가봄에 후르다예 사는투 가밤 마티에 바사미야하므 야 라쿠쇼미흐 살바푸다남 야짜 데베 브라티슈투이타 테누루 베너 사 데비 마마 빠밤 비아봄 비아포하 비아포하투 이티 많은 따라이시자 사문 브라티아 산잘리 테누까 감 산잘리 테누감 야마무 살밤 브라다쿠 슈이누이 니무이 코르트바 브라다쿠 슈이누이 코르트바 브라다쿠 슈이누이 코르트바 어머 브라다쿠 슈이누이 코르트바 슈이 브라다쿠 슈이누이 코르트바 브라다쿠 슈이누이 코르트바 브라다쿠 슈이누이 코르트바 브라다쿠 슈이누이 코르트바 어머 브라다쿠 슈이누이 코르트바 슈이 브라다쿠 슈이누이 코르트바 슈이누이 브라다쿠 슈이누이 코르트바 브라다쿠 슈이누이 코르트바 살밤 브라다쿠 슈이누이 코르트바 브라다쿠 슈이누이 코르트바 브라흐마노야 니베다야트
84.
에밤 다디아 드비타네나 요감 바이타라누임 카가 사야티 달마마게너 달마라자 사파는 딸에 스바스티아바스타 샤리레 스바스티아바스타 샤리레 원몰 스바스티아바스타 샤리 타 샤리레 스바스티아바스타 샤리레 두 바이타라누염 브라탐 짜레트 데야 짱 비두쇼 데누스탐 나딤 툴투 미츠 차타 사 나야티 마하말게 고다네나 나디 카가 다스마 다바시암 다타비암 보누야카레슈 살바다 강은가디 살바틸 테슈 원몰 강은가디 살바틸 테슈 원몰 강은가디 살바틸 테슈 원몰 강은가디 살바틸 테슈 원몰 강은가디 살바틸 테슈 오케이 브라흐마노 바사 테슈 브라흐마노 바사 테슈 원몰 브라흐마 no basateshu brahmano basateshu 자 자는다라 수리오 바라게슈 삼크라는 따오 삼크라는 따오 달샤바사테 달샤세레 달샤바사레 아야네 विशुभे 자이바비아티바테 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 유가디슈 아니에슈 보노여카레슈 다드다 다디아드 고다나 무트타마무 고다나 무트타마무 고다나 무트타마무 야다이바 자야테 시라드타 바트람 사문 프라피아테 야다 사 에슈 부누여카라흐 시아디아타흐 사문 바트티라 스티라흐 라 사문 바트티라 스티라 사문 바트티라 스티라 one more 사문 바트티라 스티라 아스티라 누이 샤리라 누이 비파보 나이바 샤셰바타흐 니티암 사느니미 히토 모르티우흐 갈타비오 달마 삼자야흐 아트마비드타 누사레너 따트라 다나마나는 따까무 대얌 비프라야 비두쇼에 스바트마나흐 시레야 에츠차땅아 아르페나피 히 비트테나 스바하스테나 트마나 그르타무 따다쿠쇼얌 바베드다남 따트칼람 쪼파티슈트위티 따타티 쪼파티슈타티 그르히 따다나 파테야흐 수캄 야티 마하트바니 아니야타 그이시아테 자는 두흐 바테야라 히타흐 파티 야니 자 다나니 따뜻하니 부비 마나바이흐 야마로카바테 다니 히오파티시떠는띠 자그라타흐 마하보누여 프라파베너 one more 마하보누여 프라파베너 마누샴 자나마 라피아테 야스타트 프라피아 자레드 탈맘 사야티 파라맘 가티무 아비지냐야 나로 탈맘 두하카마야티 야티 자 두하카마야티 자 마누수여자는 마사 팔리암 게발람 달마세바나 나무 달마세바나무 다나푸트라 칼라트라디 샤리라마피 바는타바흐 아니티암 살바메베담 다스마드 탈맘 사마짜레트 따바드바는 투흐 삐따 따바디아바주지 바티 마나바흐 무르따나 마는 따람 지냐뜨바 구셔너는 스네호 너트 스네호 구쇼너 뜨스네호 뭐뭐 구쇼누어 뜨스네호 구쇼누어 뜨스네호 구쇼누어 뜨스네호 뭐뭐 구쇼누어 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 뜨스네호 니발따떼 니발따떼 아드마이바 히아드마노 바는투리띠 비디아는 무훌 무후허 비디아는 무훌 무후허 지바는 나비띠 지바는 나비띠 산지는 띠야 산지는 띠야 무르타남 가흐 브라다시아띠 에밤 자나는 이담 자나는 이담 뭐뭐 자나는 이담 사이밤 스바하스테 나이바 뭐뭐 스바하스테 나이바 디야담 아니띠암 지비담 야스마트 파시자 스자트 코피 야스마트 파시자트 코피
It's always something.
야스마트 파시자트 코피 나 다시아티 무르탐 샤리라스 무르트 스루지야 샤리라 무르트 스루지야 가시트 로시트 사맘 가시트 로시트 로시트 사맘 가시트 로시트 사맘 구슈이타오 비무카 마는 타바 야는 띠 달마스타마 누가츠 차띠 달마스타마 누가츠 차띠 구르하 달타 니발 따는 때 시마샤나 때 살바바는 타바흐 슈팜 그르땀 갈마 같이 차는 따마누 같이 차띠 샤리람 바흐니나 나그탐 그르땀 갈마 사하 세티땀 모노염 바 야디 바 빰슈 붐음 끝에 빠빰 붐음 끝에 빠빰 붕은 끝에 살바뜨라 마나바흐 나 꼬삐 가시아지드 많은 투흐
No 4, I have to look it up.
가시아지드 많은 투흐 삼사아래 두허카 사가래 아야티 갈마삼문바는 타디아티 갈마삼바는 타디아티 갈마삼바는 타디아티 갈마삼바는 타디아티 뭐뭘 갈마삼은바는 타디아티 달마끄셔예 분하흐 마뜨르 빼뜨르 수트다 프라뜨르 바는 두다라디 상은 가마흐 마뜨르 빼뜨르 숫다 프라뜨르 바는 투다라 디상은 가마흐. One more. 마뜨르 빼뜨르 숫다 프라뜨르 바는 투다라 디상은 가마흐. One more. 마뜨르 빼뜨르 숫다 프라뜨르 바는 투다라 디상은 가마흐. One more. 마뜨르 빼뜨르 숫다 프라뜨르 바는 투다라 디상은 가마흐. 프라파야미바 자는 뚜남 나디암 가시투 카바츠 잘라흐. One more. 가시투 카바츠 잘라흐. One more. 가시투 카바츠 잘라흐. 가시야 부트라 셰짱 밥트라 셰짱 가시야 파리야 타남 파리야 타남짱 파 삼사레 나스티 가흐 가시야 스바얌 타스마트 바라디야탐 아트마야트탐 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 타남 야야트타 바드 비프레. One more. 야야트타 바드 비프레. 야야야트타 바드 비프레. 사말파야트 사말파야트 파라티네 타네 자테 나 김치드 바쿠투 무트 사헤트. One more. 김치드 바쿠투 무트 사헤트. 김치드 바쿠투 무트 사헤트. 볼바자는 마커르 따드다나 다트다 다트라. One more. 볼바자는 마커르 따드다나 다트라 라브담 라브탐 타남 바후 다스마데밤 파리지냐야 탈말탐 디야탐 디야탐 타남 탈마트 삼자야 델타 셰자 탈마트 삼자야 델타 셰자 탈마트 가모 피자야 테 탈마 에바 바발가야 에바 바발가야 다스마드 탈맘 사마짜레트 시라드 타야 타리아테 탈모 바호필날 타라시피흐. 뭐뭐 바호필날 타라시피흐 바호필날 바호 타라시피흐 바호필날 타라시피흐 바호필날 타라시피흐 바호필날 타라시피흐 바호필날 타라시피흐 니시킨짜나 니시킨짜나 히 무나야흐 시라드 타바는 또 디밤 가따흐 시라드 타바는 또 디밤 가따흐 부드람 부시밤 팔람 또얌 요메 바그디야 브라야츠 차띠 따다함 바그디우 바흐르타 마시나미 바그디우 바흐르타 마시나미 바그디우 바흐르타 시나미 마시나미 바그디우 바흐르타 마시나미 브라야타 트마나흐 다스마 다바시암 다타비암 다
112.
따스마 따스 따스마다 바시암 따스마다 바시암 one more 따스마다 바시암 다따비암 따다 다남 비타나타흐 아르파 I gotta read this whole thing again. My throat was terrible. 다스마다바시암 다타비암 따다 다남 비타나타흐 아르밤 바 바후베티맘 가느남 나이바카라야트 탈마트마 자 사포트로 바이 다이바타이라피 부지앗 부지아테 다바예디아스투 다나니 피타람 히아투람 푸비 피트롤 니미트탐 피트롤 니미트탐 피트롤 니미트탐.
You know what? 114. I'm gonna just take a little break. So as of today, my X followers have exceeded YouTube followers. I'm a meme maker, maybe that's why. Okay, let's get back.
Piturul nimitam, yadabitatam, putraiha patre samaipitam, atmapi pavisita sutena, pavita sutena, putra pautra pra pautra kaiha, 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 pituha shatagunam punuyam sahasram ma turevacha Pagini dasha sahasram Pagini dasha sahasram sodare tatutta makushoyama na jaibot padrava 자이보 바드라바 달 두날 둘나 I wanna say it again actually 나 자이보 바드라바 달 둘나 바 나라카이 야타나흐 나라카야 타나흐 모로티우카 레나 자 파얌 야마두타 사무드 파바무 뭐뭐 야마드 두타 사무드 파바무 야마두타 사무드 파바무 야마두타 사무드 파바무 야디 로파는나 야자차는띠 까레 히야 뚜라 삼진야케 히야 뚜라 삼진야케 모르타흐 쇼짜는띠 때 살베 가다리야흐 바비나흐 카가 뿌트라흐 사하 프라트라 사고트라흐 수흐르다스투 예 야츠차는띠 나뚜레 다남 브라흐마드 나스테 브라흐마트 트나스테 트나 브라흐마트 나스테 나 삼샤야흐 이티 시리가루더 부라노에 사로드타레 아뚜라다나 니루바남 나마 아실토모티아야흐
Okay, I'm gonna get right to the translation. Took me 1 hour and almost 30 minutes to read 118 verses. How was that? 80 minutes, 84 minutes. But I did take some breaks. Say 80 minutes. So 118. It's average. Is anyone here? Let me check. One person, 11 views. Thank you for being here. And thank you for whoever whoever's gonna watch this later. Thank you for watching in general. Alright, so I'm gonna switch scenes. It's Garuda Purana, chapter 8. Here we go. Chapter 8, an account of the gift for the dying. Garuda said, "Tell me, O Lord, all the rites for those in the other worlds who have done good, and also how these rites should be performed by the sons." The Blessed Lord said, "O Dagoshoyo, you have done well in questioning me for the benefit of mankind. I will tell you all about the rites proper for the righteous. The good person, finding his body in its old age afflicted with diseases, and the planetary conditions unfavorable, and not hearing the sounds of life, and knowing his death to be near, should be fearless and alert, and should make reparation for any sins committed knowingly or in ignorance. When it is near the time to die, he must perform his ablutions and worship Vishnu in the form of Shalagrama. He must worship with fragrant substances, with flowers, with red saffron, with leaves of the body holy basil, with incense, with lamps, with offerings of food and many sweet meats and other things. He should give presents to Brahmins, should feed them with the offerings, and should recite the 8 and the 12 syllabled mantras. He should call to mind and listen to the names of Vishnu and Shiva. The name of Hari, coming with the range of hearing, takes away the sins of men. Relatives coming near the deceased should not mourn. My holy name should be remembered and meditated upon repeatedly. The fish, the tortoise, the boar, the man-lion, the dwarf, Parashurama, Rama, Kurushuna, Buddha, and also Kariki. These 10 names should always be meditated upon by the wise. Those who recite them near the deceased are called relatives. Of him who gives voice to the auspicious name Kurushuna, tens of millions of great sins are quickly reduced to ashes. Even the dying Ajamila reached heaven by pronouncing the name Hari, which had been given to his son. How much more than is its effect when it is pronounced with faith? Hari, meditated upon even by one who has evil thoughts, takes away sins. Fire burns even though accidentally touched. The sinful man is not able to sin while the power of the name Hari is uprooting the sins, O twice born. Yama said to his servants, "Bring the man who denies, but, O messengers, do not bring the man who meditates on the name Hari." One should worship the Ajiuta, Keshava, Rama, Narayana, Krishna, Damodara, Vasudeva, Hari, Shridhara, Madhavam, Gopika Baladara, Pam, Ramachandra, the Lord of Janaki. O servants, do not go near those sinless people who take refuge in the lotus-eyed Vasudeva and Vishnu, who is the supporter of the earth and carries in his hand the conch and discus. Bring those sinners who always turn away from the nectar of the long feet of Vishnu, which are served by the race of Paramahamsas, who know the true essence of things and are without possessions, and those whose desires have bound up in the household, which is the path to hell. Bring them whose tongues do not pronounce the qualities and name of the Lord, whose minds do not meditate upon his lotus feet, whose heads never bow to Krishna, who do not offer worship to Vishnu. Know then, O Lord of birds, the hymning of Vishnu, which bestows welfare on the universe, to be the best expiation for even great sins. The performance of penances does not purify the wicked man who has turned his face away from Narayana, just as even rivers cannot purify a liquor pot. By the name of Krishna, one is ridden of sins and never sees even in dream Yama nor his servants. The man having a body of flesh, bones and blood, who towards the end gives cows to the twice born,
uttering Nanda Nananda Nam, never falls into the Vaitara Nui. Hence one should remember the name of Mahavishnu, which effaces multitudes of sins, and should read or listen to the Gita and the hymn of the 1,000 names. The fast of the 11th day, the Gita, the water of the Ganges, the leaves of the holy basil, the foot water and names of Vishnu, all these are givers of freedom at the time of death. Then he must dedicate food, which would clarify butter and gold, to a learned twice-born, and also give cows and calves. Whatever a man gives in his last days, little or much, if it is approved by his son, is exempt from decay or dark or shuya. In these last days, a good son should make all the gifts. It is for the sake of this that the wise pray for a righteous son in this world. The sons, seeing their father lying upon the ground with eyes half closed, should not covet his earned wealth. A good son will make such gifts as will prolong his father's life and free him from misery when he goes into the next world. In disease and calamity, two gifts rank above all others. They are indispensable: the eightfold gift of sesamum and other things. Sesamum, iron, gold, cotton stuff, salt, the 7 grains, a plot of ground, a cow, every one of these is said to purify. The 8 great gifts are the officers of great sins, and should be given in the last days. Hear now their good effects. There are 3 kinds of holy sesamums generated from my sweat. Asuras, Danavas, and Daityas are gratified by the gift of these sesamums. White, black, and brown are the 3 kinds of sesamums. The gift of these removes the sins gathered in speech, thought, and action. A gift of iron ore should be made with the hands touching the ground. Then he does not go within the domain of Yama, nor tread his path. Yama holds in his hands for the punishing of the sinful an axe, a threshing pestle, a rod, a sword, and a dagger. This gift is considered propitiatory to these weapons of Yama. Therefore should be made the gift of iron, which is the bringer of happiness in the world of Yama. Because of this gift of iron, happiness is bestowed by these great messengers of Yama: Urano, Shyama Sudra, Shununda Maika, Udumbara, Shesho, and Bala. Hear this great secret of the Arkushur about this most supreme gift by which are pleased the dwellers in Pubai, and Suwai worlds. Brahma and others, sages, shining ones, and those who are in the assembly of the King of Justice are gratified by the gift of gold and become grantors of boons. Therefore a gift of gold should be made for the uplifting of the departed. It does not go to the world of Yama, O child, but reaches heaven. He dwells for a long time in the world of truth, and is then reborn here as a king, handsome, righteous, eloquent, prosperous, and of unexcelled strength. By the gift of cotton stuff, one is free from fear of the messengers. By the gift of salt, one is freed from the fear of Yama. By gifts of iron, salt, cotton stuff, sesamum, and gold, Chitrakubuddha and the others who dwell in the city of Yama are propitiated. And by gifts of the 7 grains, the standard bearer of the King of Justice and others who stand at the gates are propitiated. Rices, barley, wheat, kidney beans, maasho, panic seeds, dwarf peas, these are called the 7 grains. It has been observed by the sages that the gift of a plot of land of the size of a cow's hide, in accordance with the rites, to a proper person absolves one from Brahmacide. Not by vows, not by holy pilgrimages, not by any gifts, but by the gift of land is a great sin committed and kingship expiated. He who gives to the twice-born land filled with grains goes to the abode of Inandra and is worshipped by divinities and demons. All other gifts, Okashapa, are producers of little fruit. The fruit produced by the gift of land increases daily. He who, having become a king, does not give land to the twice-born is reborn for many times as a beggar without even a village hut. The king who, through pride, does not make gifts of land shall dwell in hell as long as Shesho supports the earth. Therefore shall a king especially make gifts of land, though for others I say the gift of a cow is equal to a gift of land. Towards the end, a cow should be given. He should give a cow to overcome death, another to absolve himself of debts, another for the gaining of liberation. With special rites or birth should the gift of a cow for Bai Taranui be made. The cows rarely carry the man beyond the 3 kinds of hells. The sins committed in boyhood, in youth, in manhood, in old age, and in previous births. The sins committed in the night, in the morning, in the forenoon and the afternoon, in the twilight, lights of action, speech, and thought. I need to look this up. Chapter 8, 58, 61. Okay. Twilight of action, speech, and thought. The sins committed in the night, in the morning, in the forenoon, and the afternoon, in the twilight of action, speech, and thought, having given even once a tawny cow, milk giving with a calf, and other necessary things to a well-conducted and austere Brahmin, learned in the Vedas, one is absolved of all these sins. The giver is released by her at the end from the accumulated sins. The gift of 1 cow while one is in full vigor of mind, the gift of 100 cows while suffering from diseases, the gift of 1,000 when dying and bereft of mental faculties, and the gift of 100,000 cows after death are equal. A gift made to a deserving person who has bathed at the sacred waters increases 100,000-fold. A gift made to a deserving person multiplies 100,000-fold. It brings unending fruit to the giver and does not harm the recipient. One who has studied the scriptures and made fire offerings to the Shining Ones and who does not eat food cooked by others is not polluted by receiving even the earth filled with precious stones. Manantras and fire, the removers of cold and poison, do not themselves partake of these evil qualities. The cow given to an undeserving person leads the giver to hell, and it troubles the recipient's people for 100 generations. A gift should not be made to an undeserving person by the wise who desire their own welfare. 1 cow should be given to one only and never to many. If he either sells it or shares it, his family will be troubled to the 7th generation. I will tell you about the gift of a cow, which is a means for crossing the Vaitaranui River, of which I have spoken to you already. One should decorate a black or reddish cow, tip its horns with gold, silver its feet, and milk it into a bronze vessel. Cover it with a pair of black cloths, hang a bell round its neck, and place the covered bronze vessel upon some cotton stuff. Put there a golden image of Yama and an iron rod. Place clarified butter in the bronze vessel and put all upon the cow. Make a raft of sugar canes, fastening it with silk threads. Make a hole, fill it with water, and in it place the raft. Having placed the things which are born from the body of the sun in it, dedicate the cow there in accordance with the scriptures. Present the cloths with ornaments to a Brahmin. Properly worship with fragrances, flowers, and colored rice. Take hold of the tail of the cow, place a foot in the boat, and having honored a Brahmin, recite this mantra. O Lord of the universe, compassionate to those who seek refuge in thee, thou art verily the savior of those who are immersed in the ocean of existence, made miserable by the waves of sorrow and remorse. O best of the twice-born, the very form of Vishnu, God upon earth, uplift me. I have presented this gift to you. Salutations to Vaitaranui. I have presented this to you, being desirous of crossing that river, which is 100 yojanas in extent, and lies on the very dreadful way of Yama. Salutations to Vaitaranui. O cow, look upon me for the sake of my passing through the gateway of Yama on the great path. Salutations to thee, Vaitaranui, Queen of the Shining Ones. May cows be in front of me, may cows be behind me, may cows be in my heart, and may I dwell in the midst of cows. May she, who is the goddess of prosperity for all creatures, who is the mainstay of the Shining Ones, in the form of a cow, remove any my sins. With hands together, having invoked with these mantras, Yama in the form of a cow, and having walked round all these things, he should give them to the Brahmin. He who, with these rites, gives the Vaitaranui cow, goes by a righteous path into the assembly of the King of Justice. Whether the body is well or ill, one should carry out the Vaitaranui observance. The wise man desiring to cross that river should make a gift of a cow. That river or bird does not appear in the great way after the gift of a cow. Therefore, it is necessary to give a cow at all sacred times. At all the sacred bathing places like the Ganges, and in the dwelling places of Brahmins, at the eclipses of the sun and moon, at the crossing river, on the day of the new moon, at the equinoctial and solstitial points, at Vyati Bhagata, on Yuga days, and at other sacred times, the supreme gift of a cow should be made. That verily is called the sacred time in which faith is produced, and when a proper person is present, thence flows unending benefit. Bodies are transitory, possessions are not eternal, death is always near, one should accumulate righteousness. So one who desires his own welfare should make unending gifts according to his wealth, to a learned Brahmin. The gift of even a little wealth presented with one's own hand, this is unending, and the time is effectual. He who has gifts as provision goes happily on the great way. Otherwise, without provision, the man suffers pain on the path. All the gifts made by human beings in this world clear the way for them on the path of the world of Yama. By the power of great merit, birth as a human being is obtained. He who, having gained it, follows righteousness, reaches the supreme goal. The man who neglects righteousness goes and comes in misery. The fulfillment of birth as a human being depends upon the pursuit of righteousness alone. Wealth, sons, wife and family, body, kinsmen, all these are transitory. Therefore righteousness should be sought. So long as a man is alive, he has a father and other relatives, but when they have known him to be dead, their affection soon fades away. He should constantly remember that the true kinsman of the self is the self. If not to the living, much less will anyone give to the dead. Knowing all this, one should give with one's own hand, while still alive. Life is transient, and who can give afterwards? The relatives turn away with averted faces, leaving the dead body on the ground, like a lump of wood or earth, for righteousness goes with him. The wealth disappears from the house, and the relatives from the cremation ground. The good and evil karma he has made goes with him. When his body has been destroyed by fire, his karma remains, and wherever he is, the man experiences it, be it good or bad. Nobody has a relation in this changing ocean of sorrow. He is born by the attraction of karma and goes again upon its exhaustion. Like creatures in a water tank, and like the motion of sticks in a river, is one's contact with mother, father, son, brother, kinsman, wife, and the others. Whose are the sons and the grandsons? Whose is the wife or the wealth? In the world of change, nobody belongs to anybody. Therefore, one should make gifts of himself. As long as one is in possession of wealth, so long should one make gifts to a Brahmin. But when the wealth becomes another's, one can have nothing to say. On account of gifts made in a former birth, much wealth is obtained in this. Hence should wealth be given by one knowing this for the sake of righteousness. Wealth is born in righteousness. By righteousness, desire is conquered. Righteousness, verily, is the cause of freedom. Therefore should righteousness be pursued. Righteousness is supported by faith, not by large piles of wealth. The wise, though in poverty, have faith and go to heaven. From him who offers to me with devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, from him the self-subdued, I accept that, presented with devotion. Therefore, by all means, a gift should be made, and as prescribed. Whether it be small or great does not count with me. A righteous son is honored even by the shining ones. He should cause his ailing father to make gifts on earth. If the wealth made by the father is given to the deserving by the sons, then by that himself, his sons, grandsons, and great-grandsons are ennobled. What is given through the father has 100-fold merit, through the mother 1,000-fold, through the sister 10,000-fold, through the brother incalculable. For him who makes gifts, there are no troubles and no torments of hell, and no fear caused by the messengers of Yama at the time of death. All those sinful misers, O bird, who because of greed do not make gifts at the time of illness, come to grief when dead. Sons, grandsons, brothers, kinsmen, and friends, who do not make gifts on behalf of a dying man, are without doubt slayers of Brahman. That's it. Okay, I'm gonna take a little break. I wanna read the Gita. It's gonna take me like 30 minutes to do it though. I'll do it though. Then I'll take a short break. Thank you.
Sorry about the long break. Bhagavad Gita. 제가 just 뜻가루도 보라는 chapter 6 of Bhagavad Gita. I just hope, no, it's 40 something verses long. Then I hope that it's easy to read. Chapter 5 was really, I think it's the hardest chapter as far as pronunciations are concerned. It's important because it can be time consuming to get it right. Yeah, 47 verses. It'll take me about 20 minutes. So I'm doing a little longer than before, but I've been taking longer breaks, so it kind of makes sense, I guess. Namaste. Atha shashutotya yahu. Atma samyama yogahu. Atma samyama yogahu. Atma samyama yogahu. Shri Bhagavanuvāca. Anashritahu karma phalam karyam karma karoti yahu. Sa samnyasi cha yogi cha na niragalina cha kriyahu. Yam samnyasani samiti prahuryogam tam vidati panandava na ya samnyasata sangankarilpo ya samnyasata sangankarilpo yogi bhavati kashachana Arorokushulmuneriogam Kaima Karanamutyate Yogaru Tasya Tasyaiva Shamaha Karanamutyate Yada Hi Nenandriya Teshu Na Kaimasavanu Shajujate Salvasangan Kalpa Samnyasi Yogaru Tasatado Tyate Udtaredatmanatmanam Natmanamapasadayat. One more. Natma. The worst thing possible happens, right? Natmanamapasadayat. Atmaiva hyatmano manunturatmaiva ripuratmanahu.
많은 두라 드마 드마나스타시아 많은 두라 드마 드마나스타시아 예나 드마이바 드마나 예나 드마이바 드마나 지타흐 아나 드마나수투 아나 드마나수투 샤투르트베 발테타 드마이바 발테타 드마이바 샤투르바트 Citta Manaha Citta Manaha Prashantasya Paramatma Samahitaha Shitoshana Sukhaduha Keshu Tata Manapamayano Nayoha Manapamanayoha Jinyana Vijinyana Puratatma Purapatatma Jinyana Vijinyana Purapatatma Jinyana Vijinyana Purapatatma Purapatat Jinyana Vijinyana Purapatatma Kutasato Vijitalandriyaha Yukata Ityutyate Yogi Samaloshita Shimakan Janaha Samaloshita Shimakan Janaha Suhurana Mitra Liudasi Namatiasa Tadveshia Banantushu Shuya Suhurana Mitra Liudasi Namatiasa Tadveshya Banantushu Suhurana Mitra Liudasi Namatiasa Tadveshya Banantushu Suhurana Mitra Liudasi Namatiasa Tadveshya Banantushu Sa Dushivapi Ja Pa Beshu Samabuddha Tilbishishuyate Yogi Yunjita Satatamatmanam Rahasi Setitaha Ekaki Yatachitatma Nirashira Parigraha Shuchang Desha Bratishutopia Sthirama Sanamatmanaha Sthirama Sanamatmanaha Na Charitam Na Charitam Na Dinicham Jaila Jina Kushotaram Jaila Jina Kushotaram Adraika Gram Manaha Karatava Yatachit Tanandriya Kriyaha Yatachit Tanandriya Kriyaha Yatachit Tanandriya Kriyaha Upavishya Sane Yunjya Diogama Tamabishudataye Samam Kaya Shirogrivam Tarayan Nachalam Setiraha Samaprakashuya Nasika Gram Savam Dishashijana Balokayana Dishashijana Balokayana Dishashijana Balokayana Dishashijana Balokayana Prashanantatma Bigati Pil Brahmachari Vrate Bigati Pil Brahmachari Vrate Bigati Pil Brahmachari Vrate One more 비가티 필 브라흐마짜리 브라테 비가티 필 브라흐마짜리 브라테 브라흐마 비가타 필 브라흐마짜리 브라테 스티타흐 마나흐 사미야미야 마츠치트토 유크타 아시타 마트파라흐 윤자는 내밤 사다트마남 요기 니아타마나바 마나사흐 니아타마나사흐 샤는팀 닐바노 파라맘 마트 삼스타 마티 가츠 차티 마트 삼스타 마티 가츠 차티 나디아는 시나스 따스투 나디안 나 시나 따스투 나 디아시나타수투 요고스티 나 자이카는 타마나시나타흐 나 자티스바프나시라시아 자티스바프나시라시아 자그라토 나이바 자알주나 유크타하라비하라시아 유크타차슈타시아 카이마수 유크타스바프나바 보타시아 유크타스바프나바 보타시아 요고 바바티 두허카하 야담 비니야담 제드타마트마니에바 밥티 슈타테 제드타마트마니에바 바티 슈타테 제드타마트마니에바 바티 슈타테 제드타마트마니에바 바티 슈타테 니허스포르하흐 살바카메 피오 유크타 이티우치아테 따단 여타 디보 니바 따스토 닝은가테 소파마 스모르타 요기노 야타체트타시아 윤자토 요가마 테마나흐 야트로 파라마테 체트탐 야트로 파라마테 체트탐 니루드탐 요가세바야 야트라 자이바트마나트마남 마시아는나트마니 두시어티 수카마티아는티감 야트타드 부드티그라 히아마티는드리야무 바드티 야트라 나 자이바얌 스티타시잘라티 따테트바타흐 얌 라브트바 자바람 라팜 마니아테 나티감 따타흐 야스미는 스티또 나 두허케나 구르너 비짜리아테 땀 비디아드 두허카 삼요가 비요감 요가 삼진이 땀 사 느시자야나 요크타비요 요고닐 닐비는 너 짜타사 요고 닐비는 너 짜타사 사 상은가를 파파는 가맘 스티아크트바 상은가를 빠빠라파와는 가를 까맘 스티아크트바 상가를 빠빠라파는 까맘 스티아크트바 상은가를 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 빠빠라파는 까맘 스티아크트바 살바나 셰셨다 상은가를 빠빠라파브라 상은가를 빠빠라파는 까맘 스티아크트바 상은가를 빠빠라파는 까맘 스티아크트바 상은가를 빠빠라파 상은가를 빠빠라파 상은가를 빠빠라파는 상은가를 빠빠라파는 까맘 스티아크트바 살바나 셰셨다흐 마나사이 베는드리아그라맘 마나사이 베는드리아그라맘 비니야미야 사마는 따따흐 샤나이흐 샤나이루파 라메드 샤나이루파마 루파라메드 샤나이루파라메드 샤나이루파라메드 무드티야 트로티그르히 따야 트로티그르히 따야 아뜨마 삼스탐 마나흐 그르트바나 겐지다피 지는 다야트 야또 니슈자라티 마나스 짠짤라 마스티라무 마나스 짠짤라 마스티라무 따따스 따또 니아미아이타다 드마니에바 바샴 나야트 브라샤는따 마나삼 브라샤는따 마나삼 브라샤는따마나삼 브라샤는따마나삼 히에남 요기남 수카무트따마마 우빠이티 샤는따 라자삼 브라흐마 푸타마카를 마셔무 분자는 내밤 사다드마남 요기 비가타카를 마셔흐 수케나 브라흐마 삼스팔샤 마티아는 땀 브라흐마 삼스팔샤 마티아는 땀 수카마슈누테 살바푸타스타마 드마남 살바푸타니 짜드마니 이쿠쇼테 요가유크타 드마 살바트라 사마달샤나흐 요맘 바시아티 살바트라 살밤자 마이 바시아티 다시아함 나 브라노시아미 사자메 나 브라노시아티 살바푸 다스티탐 요맘 파자티에카 드바마 스티타흐 파자티에카 드바마 스티타흐 파자티에카 드바마 스티타흐 살바타 발타마 노피 사 요기 마이 발타테 아뜨마 우파미에나 살바트라 사맘 바시아티 요주나 수캄 마 야디 마 두허캄 소사 요기 바라모 마타흐 알주나 우바짱 요얌 요가스트바야 브로크타흐 사미에나 마투수다나 야타스야함 나 파시야미 짠짤라트바 스티팀 짠짤라트바 스티팀 스티람 짠짤람 히 마나흐 그르셔너 브라마티 발라바드 드르터무 다스야함 니그라함 마니에 말 바요리바 수두시카라무 시리 바가바 누바짱 아삼샤얌 마하바호 마노 둘니그라함 짤라무 아피아세나 뚜 까우는 때야 바이라기에너 짱 구르히아뜸 아사미아타 뜨마나 요고 두시브라파 이티 메 마티흐 바시아 뜨마나 뚜 야타타 샤키오바 부투 무파 야타흐 샤키오바 부투 무파 야타흐 샤키오바 부투 무파 야타흐 알주나 우바짱 아야티흐 시라드타 요페토 요가 제짤리타마 나사흐 요가 제짤리타마 나사흐 아프라피아 요가 삼시트팀 요가 삼시트팀 감 까팀 그르셔너 까즈차티 까즈제는 노파야 비프라실더 실치는 나 프라미바 까즈제는 노 파야 비프라실더 실치는 나 프라미바 까츠찌는 노 파야 비프라실더 실찬치는 나 프라미바 까츠찌는 노 파야 비프라실더 치치는 나 프라미바 까츠찌는 노 파야 비프라실더 실치는 나 프라미바 까츠찌는 노 파야 비프라실더 실치는 나 프라미바 까츠찌는 노 파야 비프라실더 까츠찌는 노 파야 비프라실더 실치는 나 프라미바 까츠찌는 노 파야 비프라실더 실치는 나 프라미바
Oh yeah, 10 verses left.
까츠찌는 노 파야 비프라실더 까츠찌는 노 파야 비프라실더 치는 나 프라미바 까츠찌는 노 파야 비프라실더 까츠찌는 노 파야 비프라실더 실치는 나 프라미바
There we go.
까치찌는 너 바야비 브라시트 셰치는 나 프라미와 까치찌는 너 바야비 브라시트 셰치는 나 프라미와 브라시트 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 까치찌는 너 바야비 브라시트 까치찌는 너 바야비 브라시트 셰치는 나 프라미와 나시아티 아프라티슈투어 마하바호 비무투어 브라흐마노흐 파티 에따는메 삼샤얌 꾸르셔너 차트투말하시아 셰쇼타흐 차트투말하시아 셰쇼타흐 차트투말하시아 셰쇼타흐 드바다니아흐 삼샤야시아시아 차트타나 유파파디아테 श्री भगवान उवाच पार्थ नैवह नामुत्रा विनाशस्तस्य विद्यते न हि कल्याणकृतवश्चित् कल्याणकृतकश्चित् दुर्गतिं ताता गच्छति प्राप्य पुनःकृतां लोकानुश्वित्वा शाश्वतीः समाः शुचीनां श्रीमतां तेः योगप्रसुत्वोऽभिजायते योगप्रसुत्वोऽभिजायते अथवा योगिनामेव कुले भवति धीमताम् एतद्धि दुर्लभतरं लोके जन्म यदीदृशम् तत्र तं बुद्धि संयोगं लभते वैवादेहिकम् यदते च ततो भूयः संसिद्धौ गुरुनन्दन पूर्वाभ्यासेन तेनैव ह्रियते यावशोऽपि सः जिज्ञासुरपि योगस्य शब्दब्रह्मातिवर्तते प्रयत्नाद्यतमानस्तु योगी संशुद्धकिल्बिषः अनेका जन्म संसिद्धतासततो याति परां गतिम् तपस्विभ्योऽधिको योगी जिज्ञानिभ्योऽपि मतोऽधिकः कर्मिभ्यश्चाधिको योगी तस्माद्योगी भवार्जुन योगिनामपि सर्वेषु मद्गतेनात्तरात्मना श्रद्धावान् भजते यो मां सा मे युगततमो मतः तत्सदिति Shrimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Sambade Atma Samyama Yogo Nama Shashutotyayahu. The Holy One said, regardless of fruit of action, he that performs the actions which should be performed is a renouncer and devotee, and not one who discards the fire, nor one that abstains from action. That which has been called renunciation, know that, O son of Bandua, to be devotion, since nobody can be a devotee who has not renounced the resolves. To the sage desirous of rising to devotion, action is said to be the means, and when he has risen to devotion, cessation of action is said to be the means. When one is no longer attached to the objects of the senses, nor to actions, and when one renounces all resolves, then is one said to have risen to devotion. One should raise self by self, one should not degrade self, for one's own self is one's friend, and one's own self is one's enemy. To him who has subjugated himself by his self is self a friend, but to him who has not subjugated his self behaves inimically like an enemy. The soul of one who has subjugated his self and who is in the enjoyment of tranquility is steadily fixed, amid cold and heat, pleasure and pain, and also honor and dishonor. That ascetic is said to be devoted whose mind is satisfied with knowledge and experience, who hath no affection, who hath subjugated his senses, and to whom a sod, a stone, and gold are alike. Who views equally well-wishers, friends, foes, strangers that are indifferent to him, those that take part with both sides, those that are objects of aversion, those that are related, those that are good, and those that are wicked, is distinguished. A devotee should always fix his mind on contemplation, remaining in a secluded place, alone, restraining both mind and body without expectations and without concern. Erecting his seat immovably on a clean spot, not too high nor too low, and spreading over it a piece of cloth, a deer skin, or blades of kusha grass, and there seated on that seat, with mind fixed on one object, and restraining the functions of the heart and the senses, one should practice contemplation for the purification of self. Holding body, head, and neck even, unmoved and steady, and casting his glance on the tip of his nose, and without looking about in any of the different directions, with mind in tranquility, free from fear, observant of the practices of brahmacharis, restraining the mind with heart fixed on me, the devotee should sit down, regarding me as the object of his attainment. Thus applying his soul constantly, the devotee whose heart is restrained attains to that tranquility which culminates in final absorption and assimilation with me. Devotion is not one, O Arjuna, who eateth much, nor one who doth not eat at all, nor one who is addicted to too much sleep, nor one who is always awake. Devotion that is destructive of misery is his who is temperate in food and amusements, who duly exerts himself temperately in all his works, and who is temperate in sleep and vigils. When one's night, properly restrained, is fixed on one's own self, then indifferent to all objects of desire, is one called a devotee. As a lamp in a windless spot doth not flicker, even that is the resemblance declared of a devotee whose heart has been restrained, and who applieth himself to abstraction. That in which the mind, restrained by practice of abstraction, taketh rest, in which beholding self by self, one is gratified within self, in which one experienceth that highest felicity which is beyond the senses, and which the understanding can grasp, and fixed on one which one never swerveth from the truth, acquiring which one regards no other acquisition greater than it, and abiding in which one is never moved by even the heaviest sorrow, that should be known to be what is called devotion, in which there is a severance of connection with pain. That devotion should be practiced with perseverance, and with an undesponding heart, renouncing all desires without exception that are born of resolves, restraining the entire group of the senses on all sides by mind alone. One should by slow degrees become quiescent, by understanding, controlled by patience, and then directing his mind to self should think of nothing. Wheresoever the mind, which is restless and unsteady, may run, restraining it from those, one should direct it to self alone. Indeed, unto such a devotee whose mind is in tranquility, whose passions have been suppressed, who hath become one with Brahma, and who is free from sin, the highest felicity cometh. Thus applying his soul constantly, the devotee freed from sin easily obtaineth the highest happiness for his contact with Brahma. He that hath devoted self to abstraction, casting an equal eye everywhere, beholdeth his self in all creatures, and all creatures in his self. Unto him that beholdeth me in everything, and beholdeth everything in me, I am never lost, and he also is never lost to me. He that worshippeth me as abiding in all creatures, holding that all is one, is a devotee, and whatever mode of life he may lead, he liveth in me. The devotee, O Arjuna, who casteth an equal eye everywhere, regarding all things as his own self, and the happiness and misery of others as his own, is deemed to be the best. Arjuna said, this devotion by equanimity which thou hast declared, O slayer of Matu, from restlessness I do not see its stable presence. O Kurashana, the mind is restless, boisterous, perverse, and obstinate. Its restraint I regard to be as difficult of accomplishment as of the wind. The Holy One said, without doubt, O thou of mighty arms, the mind is difficult of subjugation and restless. With practice, however, O son of Kunti, and with abandonment of desire, it is controlled. It is my belief that by him whose mind is not restrained, devotion is difficult of acquisition. But by one whose mind is restrained and who is assiduous, it is capable of acquisition with means. Arjuna said, without assiduity, and deal with faith. With mind shaken off from devotion, what is the end of him, O Kurashana, who has not earned the success in devotion? Fallen off from both, is he lost like a separated cloud or not, being without refuge, O thou of mighty arms, and deluded on the path? This my doubt, O Kurashana, it behoveth thee to remove without leaving anything. Besides thee, no dispeller of this doubt is to be had. The Holy One said, O son of Buddha, neither here nor hereafter doth ruin exist for him, since none, O sire, who performs good comes by an evil end. Attaining to the regions for those that perform meritorious acts, and living there for many, many years, he that hath fallen off from devotion taketh birth in the abode of those that are pious and endued with prosperity. Or he is born even in the family of devotees endued with intelligence. Indeed, a birth such as this is more difficult of acquisition in this world. There he obtaineth contact with that knowledge which was his in his former life, and from that point he striveth again, O descendant of Guru, towards perfection. And although unwilling, he still worketh on in consequence of that same former practice of his. Even one that inquireth of devotion riseth above the divine word. Striving with great efforts, the devotee cleansed of all his sins, attaineth to perfection after many births, and then reacheth the supreme goal. The devotee is superior to ascetics engaged in austerities. He is esteemed to be superior even to the man of knowledge, even the man of knowledge. The devotee is superior to those that are engaged in action. Therefore become a devotee, O Arjuna. Even amongst all the devotees, he who, full of faith and with inner self resting on me, worshippeth me, is regarded by me to be the most devout. Okay, that's it, folks. I'm gonna chant. I'm gonna skip one day of yoga a week if I can. Skipping today or tomorrow. Probably today, and then I'll do it again tomorrow. I'm gonna chant. I'm calling it human purring now, because I'm just doing my thing, not really focusing. I'm not learning as much as practicing.